Goddesses and guys, this is fantastic information for all of us. The pill. Okay, what does it do? What are the actual effects? There are so many and they're wide ranging, so I'm going to touch on a few and the rest of the effects on the body and mind, spirit, soul, emotional, psychological stuff. So, sacral. We call it sacral chakra, but hey, it's endocrine glands and urinary tract and genital area, reproductive system. So if we're using the pill, it is essentially manipulating our hormonal structure and system and just destroying the rest of the system. This is not working. Switched it off using biochemical toxicity. Oh, great. Number of other things it does. If you ask someone who does some energy work or they're clairvoyant, they'll just tell you that that chakra or that gland is just switched off. There's nothing happening. Some of the effects of that are if your hormones are not working, you can't feel and smell. That's another one. Smell, our sense of smell is linked to our coccyx. So if we're blocked and here and the hormones are not working, we don't even get any energy or oxygen or any nutrients to our coccyx. And when it's backed up and the whole system is just not working. And as a result, not being connected to our true nature and our true mother nature, Shakti, and being grounded, we don't get any of the detoxification pathways or the messages to our legs, and we ended up with lots of calcification, and then it's just cut off. We're not even getting messages there. And the other thing is a big one for relationships. The sense of smell and hormones and pheromones it's one of the biggest things in picking a partner. We just know and feel that they're right for us. But if an individual chooses to take the pill, that system is cut off. It's just not working at all, and we'll end up picking a partner that's not right for us, and there's just chaos, especially when insecure people are really, really needy for a partner, and then they choose one that's completely wrong for them because they don't understand their own body, so then they have to get the lessons the hard way, which is unfortunate. So if we can switch that'd be great. What else does it do? I've been recently informed as well by some reliable people that not only does it switch the whole thing off, but it significantly affects the gallbladder. And the gallbladder is, as we know, basically toxicity storage. It's a toxic waste dump. And it's basically there waiting for the liver to have some processing time or some available space and resources to process through the toxicity and get it out. So I've cleaned that one 21 times. Every single time there's stored emotions, there's stored memories and thoughts, and the clarity that comes from it is absolutely remarkable. And by cleaning that one out, what I've noticed is my sacral joint and coccyx gland have released so much air and tension. Why? Because there was built up toxicity, but also calcium build up, and they are the kidneys and the gallbladder are two of the most oxalates and kidney gunk build up from calcium build up. So magnesium is essential to help that out, plus a number of detoxification and dietary changes. What else? Oh, also that we're told in my tantric training that 70% of a goddess's stored emotional energy is in her uterus and cervix and reproductive system area. Why is that? Because let's look at the feminine form comes in and goes out, so there's kind of like a choke point. And once the digestion is flowing well and has been fixed and cleaned and cleared, then the body can get all the messages down here to clean and clear that. And then we get rid of all the stories and the toxins in that area, so we can use those power centers. Why is that? Because 70% of toxicity is in urinary tract and down. Because the energy and the oxygen is just nutrients are not getting to that area. So it just means that there's a lack of femininity. Hang on. So for a lot of, essentially socially influenced people, goddesses out there, if we're taking the pill, we're toxic gallbladder, we're not getting oxygen to the bottom half of the body, how does femininity and the feminine empowerment and the feminine power center, that is the uterus, which is our most creative energy, which we all came from, that we love to worship when given the opportunity and when receptive, Oh, and of course that's the most receptive area. So we really need to get some nutrition. I like some Ayurvedic herbs, and to clean that area out, it's absolutely beautiful on a daily basis. Some B vitamin supplement, a multi B vitamin supplement is also very helpful. But the key, one of the key things is, hey, get nutrition and energy into that area, so it doesn't have to go through the whole lot. Because we do 10-20% absorption once we go through all our filters and all the acids and everything else. But if we go in this area, then we absorb 100%. If we go in this area, well then that's the most receptive in part of the goddess's body. And that's why guys always like to be in that area, because we like to introduce some yang energy there. So yoni steaming is absolutely amazing. Yoni coffee is also quite good. Number of herbs and some creams and some detoxification protocols, because inevitably when we have a water-based system, and let's face it, the whole body is water-based, and the water element is in the urinary and reproductive system, heavy metals, in which our Western culture is totally saturated with, heavy metals in water, they sink. So they're inevitably going to be in the lower part of the body and in those areas where we like to create from. And if our creative centers are heavy and laden, and they're all through our bones, and this is essentially what I have come to realize by getting rid of so many of these toxic heavy metals. Our social programming and what keeps us down and heavy and stops us from ascending in our vibration and our spiritual path and personal development, everything we want to do and hope and dream for, is really, really laid down and weighted down like an anchor, a really heavy anvil by these toxic heavy metals in this area. So as part of my protocols and suggestions with clients, I'll address what imbalance they're dealing with, but I'll always give them herbs and suggestions for these two particular areas, because without the vitality and the sexiness and the dancing and the hip movement, there's just no joy. That's our joy, that's our happiness center. So let's get some more peace, love, joy, super sexiness, super suggestions, yoni massage, absolutely wonderful. You get some total transformations. Ask some friends around the place who have tried one of those. I do sometimes. It's really fun. And super transformational in the right setting. Yoni steaming is phenomenal. I have an Ayurvedic protocol with a lot of Ayurvedic herbs that are perfect for cleaning that area out on a daily basis. And of course, by cleaning that area and the urinary and reproductive system out, then that allows the kidneys and the fear and the gunk and the psychological and emotional effects of that particular area in the urethra and from kidneys to reproductive system. That's where we store our beliefs around sexuality and gender and happiness and joy and creation. So I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty important place to have clean and clear. And it takes a fair bit of effort, because I've been doing that for like 18 months and pulling out remarkable things. So anyway, that's about enough. There's plenty in that area, isn't there? And then we haven't even really got onto the emotions and stories, and then there's genders and mums and dads things that come out from that area. So let's get clean and clear, bottom chakras, let's get them done, let's get them out, purified, super sexy reproductive system. And that affects the bottom base of the pyramid for our ascension. Super cool.